welcome back. Today we're going to talk about finding some art wherever you go. So a lot of you probably have art right in your home. And art does not have to be something that comes from a museum or that you spend a lot of money on. The definition in the dictionary says art is the skill of creating something beautiful. So the word art, it means skill. And so most art that you enjoy, it had to take some skill to create that art. And so you can think of arts in music. It takes a lot of skill to play an instrument or write a song or come up with the lyrics for a song. And so that is a skill. And then also if you think about the arts, the fine arts of theater, you know that it takes a lot of skill to act and to create the costumes and the set and so forth. Well, around your home, there's art too. And you've seen some art in the classroom. You've seen the posters that have the elements of art and the principles of design, and we've got examples of really famous art that a lot of famous artists have done, and that does hang in museums. But in my house, I can't really afford those kinds of things. I don't have really expensive art. I have things that I enjoy looking at, and so I think they're beautiful, and so I want you to find some of those things in your home and take a picture of them. And then I want you to describe them. So your task, should you decide to accept it, is to take a photograph of the thing or things that you like in your home, the art things in your home. And then you have to describe it. Now you can describe it in the email to me, or you can get somebody else to type. I do not care. It is not an assignment, a writing assignment from your teacher. This is about reflecting on the art and enjoying the art that you see around you. Okay, so the first thing you do is select an item. And the second thing you do is describe it. The third thing you do, so this would be 2 paragraphs if you're thinking of paragraphs. The third thing that you would do is tell me why you like it. So here are some examples of art that I found. This was the dictionary, which was just for the purpose of the definition of art. But this is a sign that used to hang over my door, and it says, "Welcome friends." And this kind of painting is called rose mulling. And so I would describe this as painted wood, and it is a sign that says "Welcome friends," and the rose, and I would even use the word rose mulling if you know what it is made of or the technique that is used, then use that in your description. And if you have to ask somebody, then go ahead. It's just a chance to learn something new. It's not a test. It's just to start to describe art and get to know art and start to appreciate art. Okay, so I appreciate this, and then I would have to say why I like it. I like this because it reminds me of when I traveled to North Dakota and Minnesota. There are lots of people there that do this kind of painting, and so it is something I brought home because I appreciated that time and that area. Okay, and then I could do that for any of these things, and these might not be things that you have at your home, or they might be things that remind you of something you have at your home. So quilts are definitely a form of art. If you have somebody that made a quilt for you, or an afghan for you, or a blanket of any kind that you think is beautiful, that is a form of art because it took some skill to make that. Okay, and then if you have paintings on the wall, then you could describe those paintings, and then you could tell me why you like them. This is a carving, and so that is a sculpture, and I would just describe it as a carving from a piece of wood. So you can see the wood's not very big, and he just was able to carve using whatever tools he had. And then I would say why I like it. And then this was Indian beading. And so that is a form of art. Jewelry is a form of art because it takes skill to make it. So this is one made from glass, and this is one made from beads. And this is a basket that's actually made from like the plastic wire that they use in like phone lines and stuff. So I thought that was pretty. Basketry is another art form. And then this scarf is dyed, and that is an art form. And so you could do that. and my husband likes to do blacksmithing work, and so he makes these little hearts for me whenever he's just got time to spare. And so those are a form of art, because that takes some skill. And maybe he's newer at it than somebody else, or maybe he's more skilled than somebody else. And then these were made by my son, and I never did ask how he made them. I think he probably told me, but I don't have such a great memory that I remember. But he used some leftover pieces of things that he was working on when he was learning some construction things, and he made those. And then my daughter painted the vase. So art is not just what you do, but what you appreciate that other people do. And when you do it, it gives you a deeper appreciation for how much skill it takes. So I really would love to see some photographs and descriptions and some appreciation why you like the art that you have in your home. So give me something to look at, and I look forward to seeing all your replies on the email. And I think you know that it's my first name, Sarah.Frausto at la-schools.net. And I've sent it home on the things, and it's just like all your teachers. It's the same first name, dot, last name, and then the rest of it. So it's the same email for those, and I would love to hear from you. I've heard from a bunch of kids already, and it just makes my day when I get an email from kids, not something all about business. So help me out there. Bye-bye. Love you guys.